What's up guys, it's my pleasure to welcome you to this channel. In today's video we'll be looking at the recent happening in Haiti. The Kenyan police officers, in collaboration with Jamaican forces and other forces, that is the Belize and the Haitian police, have managed to smoke out one of the gang leaders in Haiti known as Barbeque. This following video is what happened.
The Multinational Security Support officers in Haiti raided Baz Delmas, which is the stronghold of Barbeque, the gang leader of G9 Alliance, forcing him to flee alongside his militia. The ambush came as a surprise on Sunday evening on the 24th November 2024. This led to the demolition of his base in a substantial amount.
Surprise guys. Tunafanya kazi na nani? Kuja straight. Twende bro. Kuja tu. Miguel M1. Kuja. Good. Miguel M1.
So there you have it guys. You know, the Kenyan police officers are the ones leading the team of the MSSs, the Multinational Security Support, that is in Haiti, trying to restore order and sanity in Haiti. And in the video it is evident from what they are speaking, because they are speaking in Swahili, and they were at Delmas. Delmas is one of the areas in Port-au-Prince, the central point of Haiti gang leader Barbeque. And Barbeque has said so many times that he doesn't want these forces around Haiti. On the other hand, the forces that are there, the Multinational Security Support, being led by the Kenyan forces, are saying that they are really working hard to restore order and sanity. And in one of the reports from their leader, they spoke about some of the positives, or rather what they have been able to do so far. It is evident because when they were coming into Haiti, there were some streets that were inaccessible, but they have been able to open up some places that are now being accessible. And you know, the United States being the big funder, before the election, you know, currently they have a new president, Donald Trump. Before the election, they send in some equipments. So one of the equipment has been the one, something like a caterpillar, the one that is clearing the way. You have seen it is helping them. I don't know how they traced Barbeque from where he was, but you can see the caterpillar trying to clear the way, and they are attacking. It is said that some of the equipments that were sent are very sophisticated to help in fight against the gangs. What is going on in Haiti, it's actually so sad, because many people have fled their homes, with 20,000 internally displaced persons only in the capital, Port-au-Prince. There are some videos that several YouTubers have been there. One of the videos that was that covered the havoc or the mayhem going on in Haiti, that covered properly. One of the YouTubers is known as Christmas List. He did a an exclusive coverage of what exactly is happening. And in the video, he interviewed the gangs together with the people who are, some of the people whom have been affected by these gang wars. It's actually sad. So I think this is just my opinion. I think maybe the Multinational Security Support, being led by Kenyan, the Jamaicans, I think they're also on the lookout. They're not just sleeping. They must be looking at some of these videos and looking at some of the landmarks. So there are several content creators that have been there and have been able to interview Barbeque. Barbeque is one of the guys, or one of the gang leaders, who is really open to interviews. And according to me, I think maybe when they look at some of these landmarks, they tend to do their survey, and with all the equipment that they have, the walkie-talkies, the drones, etc., they tend to look at that. And recently, some few weeks ago or some few days ago, there was an attack in some of the gang members. And you know, at the moment, the gangs have come up to their former unity. one of the two gangs that were fighting, constantly fighting, the G9 and the G9 PEP, are now joined into one gang known as Vivo Sam. So now it is they're trying to take over, but at the same time, it is said that the police are teaming up with some of the public, the vigilante public. That is, they're using the name Boakale. The villages, or rather the estates, are forming their groups to protect themselves, because the police officer, the ratio of the police officers and the gangs is quite minimal, because the gangs at the moment, it says that there are around more than 15,000 gang members, and they're using even some tricks to recruit even children below 18 years of age. They are offering some of food and training them. This is evident in some of the videos. There's one gang member known as 400 Mawozo gang. He was on camera. You know, they do some of these things. They record these videos and post on TikTok. They're using social media. And also there's this gang member known as Izo. They have been on record. They have been recording videos, like the 400 Mawozo gang leader was on record recording videos and posting, dishing out some money equivalent to around $200 to children who are young, very young. This sends a bad picture because there are some children who, because of this of what is going on, they can resort to think that maybe their government is weak, and joining the gangs in Haiti is the way to go, which is not good. It can affect them in terms of education or sort. I have a video of the gang members boosting or showing off their money, and also sharing out or dishing out some of this money to the youngsters. This is the video.
This is a proof of what I just said.
The leader of the 400 Mawozo gang handing out what equates to almost $200 to young children. The state should be taking care of these kids, not me. If they don't, he taunts, they will all be gang members. But this is also an image that is often seen on social media. Gangs taking over areas with what look to be children in their ranks.
These kids don't have anyone to take care of them. They are on the streets alone. When they get hungry, they visit the gang bases where they are given food and subsequently become informants to the gangs. Jean Rebel, a member of the National Commission of Disarmament, Dismantlement and Reintegration, works to create dialogue between the armed groups and the government. 30 to 50% of the armed groups in Haiti are children. This is according to the United Nations. The children in the gangs are given financial assistance and protection in exchange for doing odd jobs and being informants. This is one of the gang leaders known as Izo, using social media to entice children and recruit them, showing off their money. You can see the children who have been recruited into the gangs.
These kids are the future of the country. If they let children cross to the other side, what do you think is going to happen? In 20 years, things will be worse than they are now.
He says he has proposed solutions, but so far has received no response from the government.
Thank you for watching the video. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to this channel, and big up to all my Jamaican fans and friends. So you have seen some of the tactics that they use. But Jimmy Barbeque, Sherize, the leader of the G9 group known as Viva Sam, because they have teamed up, he was on record in some of the videos saying that they are also that is also coming up with an education institution, some sort of. But it raises questions. If he's saying that is indeed for the people, why is it that there are some people who are being raped, etc. And also during the time that one of the prime minister, the prime minister who was ousted recently, Ariel Henry, after the prime minister just visited Kenya, and he was planning to go back to Haiti. He was ousted mid-air, and he was prevented from, his jet was prevented from even landing. And for after that, that is how I think the groups came about. The collaboration came about of Viva Sam. The gangs joined each other and went to the airport, caused havoc, prevented airplanes from landing and taking off. And also they went to some of the prisons and released prisoners. You know, this is very technical and very bad, because now Haiti, the prisoners, you know, some people who deserve to stay in prison because there's some people who are inhuman. These are some of them are murderers, some of them are rapists. Some of these people were released by these gangs. So it is very it raises a lot of questions, because on the other hand, the gangs claim they are fighting for the country, and on the other hand, they are saying that the police, most of the police officers are rogue. Talking about rogue police officers, recently when there are some a dozen of the gangs have been decapitated, have been killed. They were going to attack an upscale neighborhood, and in that upscale neighborhood, some police officers caught them, and they were in a vehicle, and it said that the residents were expecting them to come. So it means it means that there are some police officers, maybe they are informers, so you won't be able to tell exactly. But when some of these attacks do happen in the neighborhoods that have poor people, it is hard for the police to intervene, or it takes a lot of time for them to intervene. But on the other hand, when these attacks happen in the rich neighborhoods, they intervene easily, or they counteract such an attack before they happen. And this led to them, people, that is the Bocales, and that is the people ganged up with the police and managed to torch around 28 of them. Imagine if this was happening in a poor neighborhood, how many would have been killed? I need your opinions or views on how best can the issue of Haiti be solved. Should the Kenyan and the Jamaican forces and the Belize forces, or in general the MSS, the Multinational Security Support that is in Haiti, should they keep on going attacking them the way they have done, or what should happen? And you know, there's one thing that recently came out. It is said that Kenya, you know, is the one is the country that has the highest security officers in Haiti at the moment, at around 400 of them. Jamaica has only 20 something, and the rest, apart from the Haitian police, the Kenyan forces are the highest. And it is said that the Kenyan government is spending around 2.1 billion Kenya shillings. I will equate this into US dollars, of its own coffers. It is using its own money, expecting the United States to fund them. And currently, a new president has taken over, that is Donald Trump. You don't know how Donald Trump is going to respond to this matter, because some of the gang leaders were praying that Donald Trump will leave them, or will leave the gangs, and or rather the Haitians to run their own business without being disturbed. So you can share your opinion or your views. What do you think? How can these problems be sorted out? Because there is a lot of blame games. I understand since the past there has been a lot of issues in Haiti with the French colonizing them, stealing from them. This is what some of the gangs are using. This is true, but why is it then that there are some women are being raped, children are not going to school, poverty has spread, also hunger. There's a hunger crisis in Haiti at the moment, because like half of the population is on a hunger crisis. This has been the video, guys. You can just share your opinion or your views on how best this solution can be addressed. Cheers, guys. If this is your first time on this channel, do me a favor by subscribing, and if you're my returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. Until next time, God's blessings.